Stabilizing your shoulders is such a daily thing. You can't put it off for too long, otherwise your shoulder joint can actually undo all the good work you've been doing to actually stabilize it. So you want to make sure that you keep doing this at least once a day if you can. I've had 2 shoulder dislocations. I had one in 2022 on my right shoulder and then one in 2025 on my left shoulder. So I've been through it twice and it's not very fun, but I've also learned how important it is to make sure your shoulder joint stays stable and stays mobile. One of the biggest mistakes people make with shoulder strengthening is they strengthen just one side of the shoulder. And we do it without even thinking most times as well. You think of sports like swimming, boxing, surfing, where you got the paddling and punching and everything's always forward. It's always anteriorly, right? So that's going to tighten the entire shoulder joint at the front and therefore leave this very vulnerable. Depending on what stage you're at with shoulder rehab or shoulder strengthening, it's going to depend on what exercises you can do straight away. The best one you can do is hanging off a bar, but you might not be up for that yet. If you just dislocated your shoulder and you're in quite a bit of pain, limited range of motion, it can be quite difficult to be able to actually hold your own weight. So we're going to start with something very simple. We got some cables, some light bands, we've got the bar, and that should be all you need for today. First one, we'll start with the band. So it's a very light resistance band. There's not much force taken to be able to stretch it. So we're going to start with this one. So the infraspinatus muscle is the external rotator of the shoulder. We're going to just start here, have our fist pretty close to the body, arm straight. Yeah, it's very weak out here, but you want to make sure it's nice and safe, nice and tucked away. Yeah. So we're going to start walking out here. Yep. You probably feel it just on the outside of the shoulder. This is a very level 1 risk-free shoulder movement. You want to make sure that you do this quite a bit because over time, in a matter of days, it'll build up that strength enough to be able to do things out here as well. It's a very safe exercise to do at any point of shoulder rehab, and yeah, it should be good to go. To upgrade from that, you want to make sure you keep the same starting motion, but just don't move, don't walk outwards. Just twist your arm like that. This isolates that muscle group. So instead of you doing all the work walking out here, you're actually making the muscle group do the work. But again, a very safe position for the shoulder. Very, very unlikely anything happens from here. Next, we have some blue resistance cables. These ones I love, and I use these when I had my shoulder dislocations too. I love it because you can put your shoulder in any position you want and go to your comfort level and go to where your pain or where your range of motion takes you. You can put it in any direction you want to. Anywhere that feels weak or painful, you can either work up to it or avoid it if you want to. But you can sort of just do it within your own tolerance and your own pace. I used to just go down, side, up. Nice, and you keep doing that over and over again. When you get to the point where your shoulder feels okay, you can then do this. So you'd have both behind you. Same thing. You can push it forward very low, very safe, and then higher and higher until your shoulder gets to about here, where it's in its most vulnerable position, where it's in its probably least safe position. Step out to create more resistance and just go from there. But there's no real pure right or wrong way to do these bands. There's no wrong way to exercise your shoulder with these blue cables. It's more about just feeling what you're feeling and seeing what feels painful and what needs work. The third one I did quite a lot when my shoulder was dislocated. Hanging is something you have to work up to. It's not something that you jump straight into, but in saying that, it is very good for the shoulder joint. Hanging is, I've spoken about this in most of my videos. Hanging for the back and the shoulders is incredible, and it's so overlooked as well. It allows the soft tissue of the shoulder, which is normally tightened, to lengthen out, allowing full movement, optimal function, and full range of motion. So when we're so tightened up, which most of us are, from posture, work, sport, etc., it allows the shoulder to open right up, which how often do we do that as humans? We don't hang off things anymore. So if you've mastered those 2 exercises and your shoulder feels really, really good, and you can lift up and hold your own body weight, I'd recommend either going straight to that, or you can use a resistance band to actually tie yourself up and actually make it a bit easier. But if you've worked your way up to it and your shoulder's feeling good, of course, you can just lift up. You go lower by bending your knees, allowing your shoulders to take more weight, and then you can just go until you feel comfortable. If you take the whole thing, if you're feeling good, take your legs off the ground and just hang there. It is so beneficial for the shoulder and the back as well, that it allows everything to just loosen up and distract and feel a lot better afterwards, and actually allow the joint to function to its full capacity.